Hey, it's Jay Ivory with Rivers and Wastelands. I have another word for you guys, and I really hope that it blesses somebody. I'm just getting over a cold, and I haven't gotten undressed from the gym, but I promised God that I was going to release this today because I really, really hope it speaks to whoever it's for. So bear with me as I try to get this out. So I'm a member of this gym, right? And I have a certain type of membership because when I first got it, say 10, 15 years ago, I wanted to make sure that no matter what state I was in, because I have family in another state, that I could go without having any issues, right? And I don't know if I really thought about any of the other amenities. I just knew that I could go to any gym in any state. And I also knew that if I got any beverages, that they would be half off what they normally would cost, like a Gatorade or something after I work out, right? The last couple of times that I've gone to the gym, though, I keep seeing this other side of like the other locker room or something. And I kept seeing people going in and out of it. And I was just, I would notice it and I would just keep it moving, right? But a couple of times ago, I realized that it was a gym for people who had the membership that I had. But again, I don't go I used to go a whole lot, but with life and work and school, I don't get to go as often as I want to. So it really wasn't that big a deal. And it was like I go into the regular locker room and just work out and then go back out and then keep it moving, right? But the last couple of times I kept noticing that area. I don't even know why I was drawn to it. I have no idea. And when I realized that it was the special whatever area it was, right? I I don't know. I just didn't go. I didn't go, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, but I just didn't go in there. I just kept going where was what I was used to, and it was just easier for me to just walk in the other one and go back. Right. Today I was at the gym and I'm noticing it again, and I hear God say, "You're gonna go in there today," and I was like, "Why would I do that?" I'm like, "Why would I do that?" And he was like, "You're gonna go in there today." So I'm like, "Why would I do that?" And and he goes, "Well, why wouldn't you go in there, right?" And I go, "Well, I don't want somebody to stop me and be like, 'You're not supposed to be in here,' or I don't want to seem out of place. I don't know if I really belong in there." And God said, "Why are you not going into a place that you have access to?" Right. And so I'm like, oh, so he's like, "You're gonna go in there," and I'm like, okay. So being as disobedient as I typically am, I go to I go get a drink from the refrigerator, and I go up to the desk to like scan it because I needed an excuse to ask a question about the other area. And it makes me laugh because when guys like he's like go on the other side. I knew because of the scan that I have on my phone that I had this access, right? I also know that every time I go in there, I always get a Gatorade Zero, always, every single time, and it comes up as $2, and then it says this certain type of member $1. Right, so I know I have this thing, but I would not just walk in the other side. I went to the man at the thing and bought this drink so I could have a reason to say, "Hey, that area over there, is that for people who have a certain membership?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, "Do I have it?" Now, why I asked that if I already knew? I already knew, but I had to ask him. I had to ask him. I don't want to get ahead of him. So the man was super nice and he was like, "Yeah, you have the membership." And I was like, again, go. I said, would it be okay if I go look? And he goes, "Yeah." Now, if it was me, I'd have been like, "Girl, I just said you have access." But he was so nice. And he was like, "Yeah, you can go check it out." So I'm like, "Thanks." And even then, as I'm walking over across the way and go into this special door, I still felt like, I don't know if I should go in there, or I'm afraid they're still going to be like, turn the alarm on and be like, "Woo, you're not supposed to be in here." And I go in and I notice all of these rooms and things that I never knew were in there that I have access to that I just I never went in there. I never used any of those things. And sometime during this ordeal is when God was like, "This is how you behave in certain areas of your life. I've given you full access to things, and you are still operating as if you're going to be rejected or as if someone's going to tell you you do not belong. You've just accepted the fact that it's easier for me to stay in the regular arenas of things instead of going into these other places where you've already paid your due, if you will, to have access to this thing. And I'm telling you that you can go in and you're still like, but what if they don't let me? Or what if you don't let me? What if you stop me at the door? What if you tell me that I can't go in? It's some kind of trick. Like, what if you're like, the alarms are gonna go off and be like, Jennifer, you didn't pray enough. Oh, Jen, you didn't do this thing correctly. And God is like, yo, you're still doing that. Sidebar, I'm a teacher, right? And my friends and I have been talking about getting massages and doing other things because they like to push self-care, right? Whole time I'm at this gym, I had no idea that they have full hydro massagers and a massage chairs that's connected to like TV. So like after I work out, I could be getting massages on a regular basis where I was about to pay to have massages at another place when I already if paid to have the access to this thing all behind these doors that I wouldn't go in. And God was like, what other things? He didn't have to ask me, so I'm asking y'all because I know exactly the area that I'm having this issue in. But what areas in your life has God said, you've already paid your dues, right? Not that we have to pay, you know, the whole thing about God being good. We talked about that last time. But you've already done the thing that you needed to do to access this thing. And you're standing outside of the door like, no, I don't think I'm welcome or I'm not allowed to go in there. What are we missing? What are we missing out on? What has he said that you have access to that you will not access? I was okay with staying in the mainstream areas because I don't want to be seen as out of place or that I'm not welcome, that I've not earned it, that I'm not worthy. That's the word. That I'm not worthy of being in a place that I've already been given access to. I know mine. What is yours? What access has God given you? And where has he told you to go to walk in boldly and that you're still standing on the outside? Where have you settled for less when he said there is more? I don't even know if there's a word in here. The word is just a question. Is it? Because God is saying that you have the access. That's the word. You have the access. You're not waiting on God. Everybody says that. And that sounds so cliche, but it's true. It may sound cliche, but that's what he's saying is that you're not waiting on him. He's waiting on you to realize that you've always had it. Y'all, I've had this membership I'm telling you, so 3 years, 7 years I was married. I'm talking about before that. So we're talking about 10 plus years. 10 plus years that I've had access to a place that I have not walked into. I'm talking about the gym. But there's another thing in my actual life that I stand outside of it all the time. And I will not walk in because I'm waiting for someone to give me permission. The way I kept walking up to this man and asking him questions that I already knew. I already knew that I was a Black Card member. I already knew that if that's the Black Card area, the Black Card member area, and I am a Black Card member, then I have access to that. The same way that if I am a child of Christ and if I'm a child of the kingdom, and that's a kingdom of thing, then I have access to that thing. So that's it. That's it. The gym today was eye opening for me because it's like, well, one, I'm gonna be getting them hydro massage chairs. I'm gonna be getting in those, but I want to walk boldly into this place that God said I already have access to. And God is the one today at the gym that was like, you're going in there today. So I'm declaring that I'm not the only person that he's saying you're walking in. You're walking in there today and you have to be bold enough. The other thing that God told me was, I'm allowing you to take these little baby steps and being a little bit of a pansy. Now, God don't talk like that. That's how I talk. But I'm going to let you be a little bit of pansy at the gym because I need you to see how ridiculous those questions are. And he's still going to treat you with kindness. He's still going to be gracious and be like, yeah, sure, you can go in there. When the truth is, you know you can go in there. Why are you acting like that? And he allowed me to do it at the gym so I wouldn't do that in life. My encouragement is that you talk to God about what has he given you access to that you are not boldly walking in. You don't need to ask permission. You don't need to double ask and triple check. You don't have to worry about being rejected. It belongs to you. It belongs to you. And I pray that this frees you the way that it is freeing me. It may not be instantaneous. Some of us have to undo the trauma and the things that we ruminate on in our heads that tell us that we are not worthy, that we are not welcome, that we do not have access. We have to undo those things. But God is doing that. He's undoing the thought processes that we've had that have kept us bound. And he is saying that we have access. So I pray that this gets to the person that it's for. And it certainly got to me. I love y'all. I will see y'all next time.